What is faith? We were talking about Abraham when we just left off, and we're going to continue in the book of James 2:23. Well, let's start from the 22nd verse. See thou how faith wrought with its works, and by works was faith made complete, was made perfect. Okay, now the word perfect means complete, it means whole. Okay, faith by itself is not whole, it's not complete, it's not perfect. It's something you have to add works to it in order to make it perfect. Let's continue. James 2:23. And the scripture was fulfilled which says, Abraham believed Elohim, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of Elohim. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith alone. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. With the story of Rahab, a lot of people knew this is talking about the story of Jericho. Israel came, and Jericho heard the report of what they did to the Egyptians. And, they said, we heard what they did to the Egyptians. It was actually Yahweh, but that did those things. But they were, a little fearful of the Israel. And Rahab struck a deal, because of the rapport that went before them. So that's what it's talking about. That's how she showed her faith in the Most High. Okay. We see our works complete our faith. That's the point of these scriptures. Alright. That's how we show our faith. The works justifies, because that's what's being counted as righteousness. Okay. Our faith plus our works. Now faith is complete. Okay. We're persuaded. Now we're doing something to show that we're persuaded. And now our faith is complete. Right? And let's look at John 10:37. Okay. If I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. This is the Messiah speaking. Okay. But if I do, though you believe me not, believe the works, that ye may know and believe that the Father is in me, and I in him. Okay. Why would the Messiah say this? He's saying, okay, I told you, I'm revealing to you that I'm the Messiah. You don't believe it. Fine, you don't have to believe it. Right? But believe what you see. Believe the works I'm doing. Believe that the blind are seeing again, the lame are walking, the people are getting healed. Believe that. Let that be your proof that I am saying that I am who I am. Okay? So why would he say that? Because that's what people see works. Okay? A lot of times you have people that say, I'm of such and such a religion, I believe in the Bible, I do this, I do that, and then they do everything contrary to the Bible. Alright? So that's very hard to believe. That's not pliable to people. You can't plausible to people. You can't it's lip service. You gotta walk the walk and talk the talk. So people see our works, and our works is to walk with the Messiah, right? John 11:40. Yahusha saith unto her, said I not unto thee, that if thou believest, thou should see the glory of Elohim? Now he's talking to, this is the story of Lazarus, all right? And he's talking to Mary at the time, right? Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Yahushua lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always. So in his mind, he had faith that the Creator heard him, that the Father heard him. You know, that wasn't an issue for him. You know, he knew the Father heard him. It wasn't a doubt in his mind that the Father heard him. But what else does he say? And I knew that thou heardest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it. All right? That they may believe that thou hast sent me. Okay? And when he thus had spoken, he cried out with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Yahushua said unto them, Loose him and let him go. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen the things which Yahushua did believed on him after the work was done. Okay? He said the prayer, and he said it was for them. That prayer was for them. You know, he said it because they were there. All right? It wasn't an issue for him, and he knew in his heart and his mind that the Father heard him. But because they were there, and he was trying to elevate their faith, you know, is why this was done. But then they didn't accept that. It was only after Lazarus came forth, then they believed. But not all of them believed. It said many of them. Everybody didn't believe, but a lot of them did. You know, and sometimes it takes that, you know, to see certain things and see a change, and that helps elevate our faith. Okay. Let's look at 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 2. Right? We give thanks to Elohim always for you, all, making mention of you in our prayers, remembering without ceasing your work of faith and labor of love and patience of hope in our Master Yahushua the Messiah, in the sight of Elohim and our Father. Okay? Faith is a work. You know, it clearly say your work of faith. Right? It's an action, like we stated plenty of times before, but it's also a process. You know, it's a process. Faith is something that number one, it isn't complete, and it's something that we must complete. Okay, that we have to complete. All right. When we come back together, we're going to look at the process. All right, we're going to look at the process of faith. I'm Dale Well from Bet Yahweh, bidding you shalom.